Muzique.
Well, we're in the dark again. 5 seconds. It takes 5 seconds of decision. 5 seconds to determine your purpose on the planet. I guess we're actually here. Welcome. It is Thursday night once again down by the lazy river. And that means you are watching TC Muzique. And we are alive this time. It's real. Oh boy. I find myself tremendously disappointed personally these days. It's getting cold. That bothers me. How long have I lived in this climate and still every year it gets cold? Don't we all know that's going to happen? Of course. And still, I am so saddened every time the cold comes. But this year, for a change, I am torn because I got a new power tool. I now own a snowblower that runs on tracks. And I can't wait to use it. Which means I'm looking forward to snow, and there's something wrong with this picture, but there I am, conflicted, as it were. Brace yourselves, kiddies, because here it comes again. In keeping with Here It Comes, it is now the end of October. And even if some of us have broken down and turned on the heat, it's not that cold yet. And we can still go out and celebrate because on the 31st comes Halloween. That's right. And our friends down at the Belmore are actually commemorating the date itself. Hot damn, it's the Belmore Halloween costume contest. And who do we have? My heavens, I can barely read Zollywood and Iguano, and that's a really neat place. And Dougie is carrying on in his tradition of really good food. And it's a wonderful room to see the music. Fun shall be had by all. 2 weeks hence, roughly. From there, I'm going to actually read this one so we get it right. It is, and you're about to see this on our very own screen. Believe it or not, the 30th anniversary of the Minneapolis Telecommunications Network. A celebration that the Minneapolis Photography Center over on 2nd Avenue North, the 14th of November. It is a Thursday. Join us there. We will not be here that night between 6 and 9 p.m. for a wonderful gathering of lots of your MTN friends. Come down, see who we really are, meet the people behind it all. They're great people, and there will be refreshments for all. You may find out more about this by calling MTN. That's 612-331-8575. You may get tickets to the event. Go to mtn.org. You may get a hold of MTN that way always. There is also a specific web address, MTN 30th, that's 30th dot Eventbrite, that's one word, eventbrite.com. Tickets available there. You got 2 weeks to line up for that. What else is coming up? I'm not even sure. Did everybody get out to see Amaluna in the big blue tent? It's the most expensive ticket I ever buy, and it's worth it every time. Tonight on TC Muzique, it's 2 for the price of 1. And at our rates, that's a great deal. First of all, it is our new friend, Mr. Jim Kirkendall, with occasional wonderful assistance from Sally Heinz, soon to be seen on flute, and one of our old pals on the Dan Electro bass, our very own Aaron Cackoski, coming up very shortly thereafter. One of the grand old guys. We are so glad to see him again. Mr. Steve Lowe is about to be here. And right now, would you please join us in welcoming Mr. Jim Kirkendall.
Thank you, sir. An old cowboy picker, he came into the bar last night. He said his name was Wooly, and he was more than just half tight. He sang with the Texas Playboys back in 34. The proprietor got up and he locked the door. So clear the beer from the tables, boys, it's well nigh time to close, and we'll all want to hear Mr. Wooly pick and sing. And a cat from Alabama, he got up and played his nose, and my, didn't those old alehouse walls ring. Played an old Hank Williams tune just before warm his hands, and then he recollected about his days with the Bob Wills Band. He sang a couple of country tunes I don't believe we'd heard, but anyway we all stood up and cheered. So clear the beer from the tables, boys, it's well nigh time we closed, and we'll all want to hear Mr. Wooly pick and sing. A cat from Alabama, he got up and played his nose. And my, didn't those old alehouse walls ring. Willie's from Missouri, but he farms in Iowa. He drinks a case at night because he drives a case all day. Whole bar full of long hairs, well, they won't mind remembering the night they heard old Willie Pickens sing. So clear the beer from the tables, boys. Well, night time we closed, and we'll all want to hear Mr. Willie Pickens sing. A cat from Alabama, he got up and played his nose. And my, didn't those old alehouse walls ring. Why didn't those old alehouse walls ring? Thank you. That was Willie. Now I'd like to do a song that I wrote a number of years ago when I was hanging around up in northern Minnesota. Snow piled deep beneath a sky of gray on a cold Minnesota day. Red man trudges through on his way, going nowhere, arriving today. His face is lined with the furrows of life. They tell a story of hardship and strife, watching his world go on its way. His price to join is too great to pay. So please, sir, I beg you, won't you spare me some time? My bones are so weary from this lifelong climb. You'll never know of these things I will say. Please won't you give me 10 minutes today? Where red man's gaze drifts through the air, the scene fills his heart with tears of despair. The forests and lands he once called home, white man has transformed to concrete and stone. Friends, can't you see the damage we've done? Taking their homes with our treaties and guns. We cannot erase nor give it all back. Just let them live, that's all that they ask. Violent winds gust across the sky, as a tear slowly trickles down red man's eye. But slowly he pauses to catch his breath, knowing that freedom will come only with death. So please, sir, I beg you, won't you spare me some time? My bones are so weary from this lifelong climb, and you'll never know of these things I will say. So please won't you give me 10 minutes today? Red Man.
You want to take a break?
I love it.
Welcome to Cable Access. This is the cable.
And this is the access.
Yes, and welcome. We make it up as we go along, and if you don't believe that, I'm going to have to just tell you right now, that's the way it is.
But this requirement that we all have to look like you, I think it's a good one.
I'm just following a trend, you know.
I am too.
I thought that I would try and dress up as Frylock one year for Halloween, but the hair wouldn't cooperate, so I wound up stuck with the beard.
So, goodbye hair.
Yeah, it does make things a lot easier and a lot cheaper because I don't pay people to do this.
That's true. I just tell people that most guys turn gray, I turn clear. And they look at me like, oh, really? Yeah.
My hairline started creeping back, and I just prayed that I would still have hair for long enough to have some of it go gray. I achieved that, and then we can give up now that we've done what we said we would do.
That's right. I'm too old now to worry about it.
There is certainly that. I've been avoiding mirrors for a long time. So, we stopped growing hair, but you kept making music.
I've been trying to. It's what I've enjoyed doing most during my time on this earth. And there was a big gap where I didn't do it, and then I kind of got back into it 4 or 5 years ago. About 5 years ago, I had occasion to start performing again. There was a little child. As a matter of fact, I'll be doing a song about this incident, but a little child that had come to town, his parents were the daughter and son-in-law of a good friend of mine, and they came to town with this little boy who had leukemia. And we got to be very close to them, and I used to play the guitar for him. And one night we took the parents out to get him away from the hospital one night, and we went to an open mic, and I went, well, I guess I could. And I got back up there, and I thought, well, this is where I'm supposed to be. And so I've been doing it ever since.
It's been amazing after all that time, and suddenly it comes flooding back.
It really does. And you realize it doesn't ever get out of your blood. It never leaves your blood. It's always there. This is where I should be.
There's a little teenager crawling around inside of us, isn't there?
Not so little anymore, but yeah, he's still crawling.
Trying to get out. Let's go back a little bit into the history then, before the big break. What were things like for you musically, originally?
Well, I graduated from college with degrees, a couple of degrees in broadcasting and film and political science, with the expressed desire to make documentaries. And okay. I immediately sent out 2 resumes and then immediately started traveling with the guitar. And I traveled all over.
All these years of school, and you pick up the guitar and hit the road.
Yeah, go figure.
How did Mom and Dad look at that?
Well, they had a lot to say about it, but most of it was said through letters. Back then, you know.
Yes. Once upon a time, boys and girls, we actually took pen and paper and put stamps on envelopes.
Because Mom and Dad wouldn't pay the long distance charge when I called collect.
Used to be very expensive.
Yeah. Now it's easy. They can get at you. We can get at them, our kids now.
It has come to that, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has.
Didn't plan that, but there you are.
But I traveled all over, U.S. and Canada, and played in, bars, coffee houses. I played at colleges. I played, anywhere I could, anywhere and everywhere I could. I had a good agent, and she booked me all over the place. And so I stayed pretty busy for about 5 or 6 years. And
this has mostly been a solo folk type act?
It has. For a little while, I had a second part of the group who was the lead guitarist, but for most of it was just me. And I did, like I say, I did it for probably a good 6 years, and then disco came, destroyed the live music halls.
Yes.
Solo musicians are no longer wanted.
Who needs you? I can bring my box of records, which is another thing that used to happen. Oh. So you never had a whole lot of other musicians on stage with you. You have always just worked in one.
Yeah, I have, and that's been primarily the my mode of performance has been just by myself. So it's good on one hand because I don't have to, put up with a lot of differing egos, although I have a number of them within me. But on the downside is that you're always playing just by yourself, and it gets rather lonely. So when I have the opportunity to play with Sally or with Aaron, like we will tonight, it's just something I enjoy immensely.
Yeah, aren't there two sides to everything? Who do you consider? What sort of thing do you consider inspirational as far as the music that has come to be yours?
Well, my inspirations were back when I was growing up. People like Gordon Lightfoot, Pete Seeger, Peter, Paul, and Mary, of course Dylan. All these people were kind of the people I was listening to and getting into at that time. And it wasn't, it's called folk music. I don't know that it really is folk music because most of these people wrote their own songs. I like to write my own songs and also find other people. So it's not a lot of true folk songs, but I guess most of these songs are old enough now to be considered folk songs.
Isn't there that? When the people you just mentioned, part of the great folk explosion of the late 50s and early 60s, if you go back to Seeger, you're talking about late 40s, 50s and on. But these are people who discovered the music of Appalachia and
the
music of the people that had been around and been developing for the entire history of the nation, really.
Right.
And this is what classically is considered folk music. It's the music of the folk. These days, if you stand up with an acoustic guitar,
it's folk music.
You're a folk singer.
You're folk music, right.
A friend of mine years ago he worked at a record store, and he always said, jazz? Yeah, jazz, that's that stuff where people don't sing. And folk, that's that music with the box guitars. Mm-hmm. It's not quite that way, but I think you're right. These days, let's just call it the folk tradition.
The folk tradition, exactly.
And it lives on.
And it embraces all genres of music. We'll steal from everybody. Not just him or her. We're stealing from everyone. So.
And I think that's always been part of it, too.
Yeah.
When the Croatian family moves to town, the folk music changes a little bit. What's going on for Jim these days? What's coming up? Anything big in your musical future?
We've got a lot of things happening in the next few months. We're playing in a lot of coffee houses and some of the local venues, and everybody can find out on my Facebook page, Jim Kirkendall, and I keep everything listed right there. So
spell that last name for everybody.
Kirk. Just think of Jim Kirk. Remember Star Trek? And then Endall, Endall.
Right. All right. We've been having a little too much fun talking to Jim here. I think it's time to put you back to work, mister.
I'm ready to go.
All right, here it is, the music of Jim Kirkendall.
And Sally is going to join me for this one, I think. This is the song that I said came from that experience of having my friend come to town with the little baby that had the leukemia. And it didn't end well. And this is a song that I wrote when I was looking at my friend. David is a friend of mine. I knew him long ago. We shared a part of growing up and of going old. He was there with me through bad times when I felt so very low. Now it seems like David's life has been dealt the wicked blow. Now David was the leader, and I would follow him. Wherever life would take us, it was always Dave and Jim. I guess I must have loved him as only true friends can feel. Now our roles have changed again in a friendship that is real. So listen to the words of this boy you once knew. Listen as he sings sweet lullabies. And rest your weary mind of the sorrow you have known. And wait for the night to close your eyes. Many times I've wondered where this road of life might lead. Will it point which way to go, or will it block us from a dream? Will it tell a story of a hand for those astray? Will it tell of selfishness of an old friend turned away? With me once more, please, David, cling to memories. They will keep your body warm through the bitter winter breeze. Spring will bring revival and awaken dormant scenes. Life's only what you make it, it's not always what it seems. Listen to the words of this boy you once knew. Listen as he sings sweet lullabies. And rest your weary mind of the sorrow you have known. Wait for the night to close your eyes. Now I'm going to do one more song, and if Aaron is around, we can get him up here, and we'll make him play the bass. This is a song that we all kind of get together in a lot of open mics and places like that, and we find some wonderful, wonderful songwriters in these places. This is a song that was written by a local musician by the name of Larry Havlick. And Larry wrote this song. I think Larry's one of the best songwriters in the cities, and I just met him doing open mics, you know. And you hear a song and you say, I'm going to steal that one. And Larry is generous enough to let me. So this is Larry's song. When the wheels come off your new sweet life, will you end up on the side of the road? And the one you've trusted, they all have lied. Will you shrivel or explode? I've moved on, I've moved on. Please don't come back to my door. For the man who loved you endlessly, he doesn't live here anymore. We hit the beaches, we started the fire, stayed till the sun came up. You stirred the embers of my desire till someone stole you up. I've moved on, I've moved on, though it took a long, long time to realize I was a fool to believe you could be mine. There was a time not long ago when I held this place so dear. On second thought, you move in, 'cause I'm so out of here. Well, desolation, that's all that you've left. Reclamation came. I am no longer so bereft, but I dare not say your name. I've moved on, I've moved on. Please don't darken up my door. For the man who loved you so blindly, he can't see you anymore. Yes, the man who loves you so blindly, he can't see you anymore. Thank you very much.
Hello, hello, hello. Is this where I think it is? We are going to spin things around. Momentarily, you will recall I said tonight is a twofer deal. And thank you, Jim and Sally. And gee, ain't it nice to see our pal Aaron, whose little outfit, pocket full of change, appears here and there. I hope some of you caught him at Cause last week, and that's coming around again soon, I am sure. What we are doing right now is one of those TV magic events. And before you know it, everything is going to change, and you won't have to look at me anymore. You'll be looking right into the very talented eyes of our old and new pal, Steve Lowe.
Well, thank you, Mr. Swizzle. Hello, music lovers. I am Stevie Lowe. Can we have the monitor down? It's whistling, chirping. Here's a song about the state of America right now. Some people have not. Some got a little and some got a lot. People crying ain't got a dime. They're all standing in a welfare line. Hard times in the land of plenty. Some got it all, baby, yeah. Hard times in the land of plenty. Some got it all and the rest ain't got any. Oh, no. Taxes say you gotta spend more money. When you're already broke, it just ain't funny. Gotta rob Peter to pay back Paul. Used to stand up straight and now you got to crawl. Oh yeah. Hey, hard times in the land of plenty. Some got it all. Yeah. Hard times in the land of plenty. Some got it all and the rest ain't got any. Oh no, 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 no. It's gone. Your future looks dark when your credit's small. You gotta hustle, stay alive. You gotta be on top if you wanna survive. You know you do. I said, hard times in the land of plenty. Some got it all, baby. Oh, hard times in the land of plenty. Some got it all and the rest ain't got any. Hard times in the land of plenty. Some got it all and the rest. I said the rest ain't got any. Hard times, land of plenty. Hard times, land of plenty. Hard times, land of plenty. Oh, hard times, land of plenty. I am Stevie Lowe, yeah. So happy to be here on TC Music with everybody here tonight. Hello, everybody out there in studio land, out there in viewing land. Here's a song, a lot of songs are written about love affairs, good love affairs, bad love affairs. This is a love affair that's gone awry, a little bit of a vindication and gloating. I love the gloating part. I know the reason you've been crying. Well, I heard he's found somebody new. How does it feel being the one left behind? What's the matter, baby? Is it hurting you? I know he told you he was unfaithful. Well, I heard he even told you he was untrue. How does it feel being on the outside looking in? What's the matter, baby? Is it hurting you? Remember when I needed you so bad. Remember how you made me cry. something about me. Well, I'm sorry, I found somebody new, and my hurt is just about over. Oh, but darling, oh, darling, hey, girl, it's just starting for you. What's the matter, baby? Did he hurt you like you hurt me? Oh, yeah. Go ahead and cry, girl. Yeah, let it all out. It'll make you feel better. Cry, cry. Cry, cry. Yeah. Go ahead, let it out. Cry me a river, baby. Song called What's the Matter, Baby? Well, thank you. The crowd goes crazy out front. I'm going to dip back into the 60s. Here's a song recorded by kind of an obscure English band. I like this song. Whoopsie. Let's get this set up just right. Well, what in the heck? He's a real nowhere man, sitting in his nowhere land, making all his nowhere plans for nobody. Doesn't have a point of view, knows not where he's going to. Isn't he a bit like you and me? Nowhere man. Wants to see. Nowhere man can you see me at all. Nowhere man, don't hurry, take your time, don't worry, leave it all, tell somebody else, lend you a hand. He's a real nowhere man, sitting in his nowhere land, making all his nowhere plans for nobody. Making all his nowhere plans for nobody. Making all his nowhere plans for nobody. Yeah, nowhere man. Thank you. All right. Here's another relationship song. This is another one. I guess I like to play the songs that are relationships gone bad. Here's All I Want Is a Little Peace of Mind. Little lies, alibis, not the you I thought that I knew. Day breaks, heartaches, another coffee, one more cigarette. These games drive me insane. I wonder what went wrong. I won't cry, saying goodbye. Listen, I'll tell you why. Out late, you don't call. Never felt so alone. We're at the end, why pretend? I can't face another day. My tears have all but dried. Love has died. I have my pride. You and I have turned to dust. Broken vows, broken trust. Bed of roses, a field of thorns. Band of gold, a crown of horns. When I look in your eyes, I'm mystified. You can't disguise what you're trying to hide. I knew from the start you would tear my heart apart. Now it's all come true, and there is nothing left for you. I tried, I know you tried, until you came unglued. Now I'm not wasting time on you. I'm not wasting time on you. No, no, no. You sleep, no shame. All is peaceful, no blame. I know it's all in vain. You keep playing your worn-out games. Well, I won't cry, saying goodbye. I'm dying inside. All I want in life is a little piece of mine. I'm not wasting it on you. All I want in life is a little piece of mine. I'm not wasting it on you. Yeah, a little piece of mine. Mr. Swizzle, where are you? Got a song here. Mr. Swizzle's on the way, ladies and gentlemen. Would you like to share the stage with me here? All right. Hey, you out there in viewing land, sit up. Yeah, you. Yeah.
Oh,
hey,
that's right.
Put that out.
I was supposed to, yeah. We don't do that anymore around here.
We have a stage for this old guy here.
Oh, yeah. Give me something to sit on before I fall down.
Pot calling the kettle
Good
black,
heavens.
I'm sure.
Oh, my. I'm almost as old as dirt. Somebody used to say that. I think his name was Phil. And that's an inside joke.
How you doing, Phil?
Yeah.
What up?
Somebody we missed. Well, I was going to ask y'all the same thing.
Well, golly, here we
A
are.
while back, I actually do look at the Facebook every once in a while. Not too often. Took me, I think, 2.5 years to discover the messaging part of it.
Yeah.
And so I had messages from 2 years previous that I hadn't even seen. So
It's
there's...
good to stay in touch.
Yeah. So I responded immediately.
Of course you did. I like all the pretty colors on this. You know?
This here World Wide Web thing. And there, in front of my wondering eyes, is a very familiar face with not a paintbrush in his hand, but a guitar.
Yeah, I did some painting for a while, like 15 years. a decorative painter. I went to houses primarily, people's homes, play with the dogs and the cats while their family was away. And
They're all billable hours.
yeah, of course. I got very little done, but they seemed to like it. I did it for a number of years. The economy went south, and I went with it. So, I decided I'd better start playing music again. So here we are tonight for better.
So we are all better the better for it.
Yeah.
Started to play music again, meaning once upon a time you played it before, yes?
Yeah, I did it a few years. So, I actually, at that point, I thought I quit playing about 20 years ago, and a series of events happened, and here I am. This is the first time I've ever done solo stuff. I've always been in a band. Actually, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first time I've ever heard myself being able to sing. So, you know what it's like. You're in the Warheads, among other bands.
Yeah, and I never sang. You people probably don't realize, but frequently after the broadcast of TC Muzique, while we are picking things up here around the studio, they play back the show.
Yes, sir.
I always hide because I cannot bear the sound of my own voice. It does not sound like this in here.
But there is a reason you don't sing, because other people can't bear your voice either. So.
That's another long story about songwriters that sell their material and become very wealthy with other people having hits, and there's a reason sometimes.
Milli Vanilli, of course. Yeah. Well. Yeah.
So you started playing up here. You started playing elsewhere, actually, in bands.
I'm originally from Iowa City, Iowa. I started playing when, essentially, for local bands and area bands, there were no stage monitors, and you just screamed it out. Me and the drummer just fought the guitar players right and left, And
you didn't have to worry about how you sounded because you never knew.
It took me 10 years before I realized, wow, I better learn how to sing. So.
If Garrison Keillor can learn how to sing, there's hope for anyone.
Oh, is he practicing?
A lot of folks don't remember Prairie Home Companion when Garrison Keillor really didn't sing much.
It's a really good show, though. It's the radio show. I try to tune it in whenever I can.
And he sings all right, actually, these days.
It's just amazing. And the talent, the musical talent, I don't know where he gets it, but it's just, show after show, it's just superb.
Once upon a time, when we had no stage monitors, you would not hear us talking like that about Prairie Home Companion.
Yeah, that's very true. Well, like I said, I'm originally from Iowa City. I had no idea what Prairie Home Companion was, unless I visited my aunt and uncle out on the farm. So.
The music that you were involved in back then was not this, I'm betting.
Well, a few more instruments, a few more decibels, but I've always been a rock and roll guy. Rockabilly, rock and roll, punk rock, new wave, R&B. At one point, I was on the road with a 10-piece R&B band, 3 horns, 2 drummers. Man, when we came into a place, it was like they were being invaded, because everybody's moving around, and it's just like, mass amount of people.
All you had to do was make room for the crowd after the band took over half the joint.
And strangely enough, I was probably the tallest one in the group, and we had a 9-passenger station wagon. I sat in the back, cramped up. That's no way to spend your youth, let me tell you.
But then again, at least you were young enough to bear it.
Yeah, I survived, if you call this surviving. So,
let's see. I also hear something that there has been a sort of an aftershock to your performance as a punk rocker in Iowa City.
Well, it took a few years, but yeah. In 2011, I was inducted to the Iowa Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Drum roll, ladies and gentlemen.
Quite an experience. I didn't get any money for it, but I'll take it, I was in a band called the Buzzards, and Nick Styka, guitar player, Marv Hayne Jr., the drummer. We were at a time when everybody was doing blue jeans and just sweatshirts, T-shirts, and we cut our hair short and the new wave stuff, and we did a lot of original material, and the agents didn't know what to do with us because we didn't fit the mold, so we ended up booking ourselves, and we did There's videos of the Buzzards, Iowa City, Iowa, on YouTube. And we got inducted into the Hall of Fame in Iowa. They thought we were ahead of our time, and I thought we were right in our time. Everybody else is kind of dragging, but I'll take it. It's a nice, Mom, I did something with my life.
Really.
But yeah, that kind of got me. I want to play again. But this is the first time I've ever done solo stuff, and it's quite an experience.
And you're out working around town, and
we're
people
all
can
over.
find you
All over
on
the place.
Facebook or where?
Facebook, Stevie Lowe. Stevie Lowe on Facebook. Email, StevieLowe49, Gmail.
Okay.
So,
we got time to sneak in one last song.
one more?
I've been having too much fun talking to you.
I
Boys and
appreciate it.
girls, this is Nick's poor cousin, Stevie Lowe.
Here's a little bit of voodoo rockabilly for you. Some sunny day, baby, everything seems okay, baby. You wake up, find you're all alone, find you're on your own. I'll be gone, really gone, gone. You done me wrong. Everyone that you meet, baby, as you walk down the street, baby, ask you why you all alone, why you're on your own. I'll be gone, really gone, gone. You done me wrong. If you change your ways, baby, you might get me to stay, baby. Better hurry up, don't wanna be alone, on your own. I'll be gone, really gone, gone. You done me wrong, you done me wrong. Yeah, I'll be gone, baby. I am Stevie Lowe. Thank you, everybody. Yes. Very good. Thanks.